Good evening. I'm Elena Verdine and welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. And topping the list, some Knox County commissioners asking for flock cameras to be turned off. Flock is the company which provides Knox County and many other communities with their brand of automatic license plate reader systems. Here in as much of the country, leaders and public members worry as more and more of those cameras come up. Concerns include how the information is used, who has access to it, and how long it is held. At a workshop event today, we learned Knox County has 143 active flock cameras. Those cameras cost the county over $2 million. Knox County can only own the data for 30 days unless it is downloaded. A flock representative spoke today about how the systems are put to work, along with accountability measures included. Here's what one commissioner said if he had to vote on this today.
Again, for the people, I can't, if this came before me today, and said, hey, would you support flock cameras and flock this, I'd say, nah, flock off.
Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs says at least one of the county contracts with flock security is not valid. Mayor Jacobs makes that claim in a letter to the company, arguing that a 2020 purchase of flock cameras was small enough that it did not trigger the county's contract oversight procedures and did not go for commission approval. Jacobs says the sheriff's office bought more cameras and services over the years that followed, each staying under levels requiring commission's okay. Contract oversight is needed at the $100,000 mark, but Jacobs argues that the rules put that number in place for the life of the contract, and by his count, purchases add up to $274,000. That amount, however, doesn't include a larger purchase, $800,000 through a separate purchasing group. Those automatic plate readers on the minds of state and federal leaders in our next Big 7 story. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, Tennessee Sheriff's Association, and Tennessee Association of Chief of Police are pushing for changes they plan to present to lawmakers ahead of the next legislative session next January. Those include requiring a legitimate purpose for LPR use, establishing controls for searches, limiting how long the data is kept, only letting trained people use the system, and creating a process for the public to share feedback. State lawmakers have confirmed they will look into LPR safeguards. In Congress, Tennessee Representative Tim Burchett has a bill that would ban federal agencies from purchasing or accessing LPRs. Our 7 o'clock list rolls on with a big revelation coming out of a new court filing, which could change what happens next in the corruption case involving current and former Knox County Sheriff's Office employees. The motion asks a judge to admit Sheriff Tom Spangler's written affidavit as evidence. The document quotes Sheriff Spangler's doctor, who describes a physical decline accelerating within the past few weeks. The doctor says Spangler is too ill for a deposition or courtroom questioning, but can provide written testimony. A judge previously ordered Spangler to testify, saying his information could be critical to the case. And this is all over the misconduct investigation, looking into former Sheriff's Office employees and at least one outside the department accused of spending money from an anti-drug unit on personal items and putting deputies to work on personal construction projects. All 11 defendants have pleaded not guilty to the charges. Spangler's affidavit shows they were aware of the investigation when it began with the FBI in 2019 and the federal indictment of Drug Unit Chief David Henderson. Spangler states he was told that beyond Henderson, no other sheriff's employees would be charged. Instead, the case was turned over to the TBI. If Spangler had known state charges were coming, Spangler says he would not have left those under scrutiny on the job, and he would have preserved evidence like gate entry records, surveillance video, and two-way radio records, which he says were not saved. Also, Spangler says if he had known about the indictments to come, he would not have endorsed Amburn in the Republican primary. Next on our Big 7 list, the biggest question for Tennessee football fans throughout the fall camp was who will be the Vols starting quarterback? Well, the answer is Faizon Brandon. While the initial favorite to win the job was McIntyre, a redshirt freshman who has an extra year under his belt, Brandon dominated spring camp and continued that trend into the fall. And after watching Brandon lead the charge in a pair of scrimmages inside Neyland, Coach Heupel said it was time to hand the reins over to the freshman phenom.
You guys heard me say it before we started training camp. Somebody's got to go out and earn the right to be the starter. I think that's important in front of their peers and certainly the competition inside of that room. And once he had gotten to that stage, that's why we named him and when we named him.
It marks the first time Heupel is starting a true freshman quarterback since he was the head coach at UCF in 2019. Next on our list now, big concerns over cost to put beef on the plate. The price of beef is on the rise. The latest federal statistics show the average cost of ground beef is $6.89. Friday's news that President Trump would pause or reduce some of the tariffs on beef imports has frustrated ranchers and industry leaders who say it won't solve the underlying problem. The Knoxville Livestock Center says it is doubtful the U.S. can import enough beef to reduce demand and questions which producer would sell it at 25% less than market price. As President Trump has said, it will be handled on social media. Manager Kevin Weiscarver says the issue is that there isn't enough domestic beef production and that foreign imports may not be a short-term solution, much less of a long-term one, with supply down in stockyards across the country.
And that's because the cattle aren't out there. Farms are being sold, people are going out of the business, and for the numbers to grow, people are going to have to keep heifers, going to have to grow their herds, and maybe there should be an incentive for that. Incentive for a farmer to retain a few of their heifers and grow their herd.
He says that as farmers age out of the industry, more of their children are deciding to move on because of rising costs. Tragedy turned into a tradition of helping in our next Big 7 story. Tomorrow marks 10 years since Maryville police officer Kenny Moats was killed in the line of duty. Moats died on August 25, 2016, after being shot and killed during a domestic call. He was 32 years old. And in the years since, we have seen an outpouring of support by the Maryville and Greater Blount County community and the creation of the Officer Moats Foundation, giving assistance to other families experiencing loss. Today, we got to see that support continue with golfers raising money for the effort at the 5th annual Officer Moats Golf Tournament happening at Lambert Acres Golf Course. Through the foundation, money raised helps families who've experienced a tragic loss, including first responders and college scholarship programs. 60-plus families have received over $130,000.
Imagine that you've lost a loved one, and now I've got this funeral cost to help pay for, and we can go in there and help with that. Or you're worried about, finding that extra money so you don't have to take a loan for your son for college or daughter. And we're able to sit there and show up with $1,156 for 4 years to help out, ease a little bit of that burden. Or you're a first responder and you died and you're doing your job, and we're able to go give that family, their wives, their children, money to help out paying for bills for the next couple months.
Sergeant Jamerson says all of the foundation staff works as volunteers, so all the money raised goes back out to the community. Today's event brought out 38 teams with 4 players each, a sign of how Officer Moats is still being remembered by his community. The continuing effort now to fill a big need takes the next slot on our list. Knoxville Mayor India Kincannon joined community leaders this morning to help open 4 new affordable home units in East Knoxville. The ribbon was cut on a new 4-plex at Holston Village, adding 1-bedroom homes for adults 62 and older and those living with disabilities.
We have a shortage of housing in Knoxville, and it's hit hardest on the people in the lowest income. We need more like this, and today's a really happy day for our city.
It's fulfilling a need of affordable housing. There's not enough in Knoxville, as we know. And some of the innovative, these are all visitable units, meaning there's no steps in. And we do have one ADA fully accessible unit as well. We do a lot of senior housing, and they struggle to find a place they can afford, so this just gives them an opportunity.
The demand for these homes is already clear. 2 of the 4 units are already approved for renting, with 4 applications still pending for the remaining 2. That demand exceeds beyond these homes too. HomeSource East Tennessee says there is a 3 to 4 year wait for the surrounding units in the community.